Cathedral Peak Hotel is actually one of my favorite places to go in the Drakensberg, particularly if you're looking for something that's really relaxing and just a bit of a wind down, because you don't have to worry about making your own food or cleaning up your own dishes, or even just the logistics of having to pack all of the things for a backpacking trip. You just pitch up there with your clothes, you have a fantastic time, and you feel completely rejuvenated by the end of it. Welcome to Roughing It with Ruth, the channel where everything is a bit rough around the edges. In this video, I'm actually not going to be roughing it at all. I'm going to be doing the opposite of that. I'm going to be exploring Cathedral Peak Hotel in the Drakensberg Mountains in South Africa. And the reason why I'm doing this is that I want to make it clear that there are lots of different ways of experiencing South Africa's wilderness areas, including ways that do not require you to go on a backpacking trip or sleep in a tent. And Cathedral Peak Hotel, I think, is one of the best options for people who want a bit of a more luxurious experience, but they still want the opportunity to get out into the South African wilderness and explore the mountains. Cathedral Peak Hotel is actually quite a fascinating place with a really long history. It opened to guests for the first time in 1939, and it was built by a man called Albert van der Riet. And as far as I know, it does actually still belong to his descendants. So it's been in his family for the entire time that it's been running. If you are interested more in the history of the Cathedral Peak Hotel, then I highly recommend a little pamphlet that you can buy at the Cathedral Peak Hotel gift shop, which is called the Cathedral Peak Hotel Story. And it gives you a whole lot of background about how the hotel was built and all the changes that happened as it's gone through its more than 85 years of life. It is a very unique place in the Drakensberg, I think. I've stayed there several times because I do enjoy it so much. It is very, very close to the base of the Drakensberg Mountains. If you are wanting to get as close as you possibly can to the Drakensberg Mountains without actually having to go and stay in a tent and do some camping, then this is the way to do it. I don't think there's any other hotel that is located quite so close to the protected wilderness area of the Drakensberg Mountains. You get some really spectacular scenery around the Cathedral Peak Hotel. You get to experience the mountain weather, even though you do have a wonderful, luxurious hotel to stay in. And the landscapes around there, the wildlife around there, the fauna and flora is just absolutely spectacular. You'll see in this video the footage of the rooms themselves. That is of the standard room. They do have a bunch of different kinds of rooms that you can choose from, such as a superior room and an executive suite. There's a honeymoon suite. I've always just booked the cheapest one, which is the standard room. And honestly, I think the standard room is pretty luxurious. I am very impressed with how large the rooms are. They've always been incredibly clean. The bathrooms are lovely. I'll also just briefly touch on the amenities that you are given in the room. There is a tea and coffee making station in the standard room. So you have a couple of tea bags and some coffee along with a kettle. Then there's a little mini bar fridge that you can use for keeping drinks cold. There are also some little sachets of milk that you can use for your tea and coffee. And then in the bathroom itself, you are given some shampoo and some conditioner, as well as a shower cap. And there are soap dispensers both in the shower and in the bath. You do not get given things like a toothbrush or toothpaste. You also get provided with bath towels for the bathroom, as well as some towels that you can take with you to the pool area. So you do not need to bring your own towels, which is very nice. It's not cheap by any means. It is quite expensive. But something else that you should keep in mind is that this particular hotel offers an all-inclusive experience, which means that it is fully catered. So when you're looking at the prices on the website, I will put a link to the website in the video description, or you can just go on your favorite web browser to cathedralpeak.co.za and you'll be able to find all of this information. When you're looking at those prices, do keep in mind that they include breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as a mid-morning and a mid-afternoon tea. And there's quite a lot of other things that are also included, such as activities. They have daily guided hikes to various places in the Drakensberg that you can join for free as a guest of the hotel. They also have things like pony rides for children, tractor rides for children that happen at various points, usually over weekends or long weekends. They have things like a children's playground and a mini golf or putt-putt course. There is also a 9-hole golf course, an actual golf course. I do believe that you have to pay a bit of additional money in order to play golf on that course. And there are a few other activities that are also paid, such as quad biking or horse riding trails for adults, not the little pony rides. And then, of course, you can just go and hike on your own, do all of the many, many day hikes that are available. You literally walk out of your room and you are spoiled for choice with tons of different day hikes that you could do around that area. Something else that I find really comforting about Cathedral Peak Hotel is the atmosphere and the ambience at the actual hotel itself. The staff universally on all of my trips to Cathedral Peak Hotel have been unbelievably friendly and helpful and welcoming, and it really feels like you are staying at a family hotel. It's just a really nice vibe at this hotel, and you can really spend your time at the hotel doing whatever suits you. If you are feeling like a really active holiday, then you can go and do all of these day hikes. But if you are wanting a very restful holiday, then you also have that option. You could just sit in one of the really wonderful lounges or one of the bars and read a book. You could sit by the pool. That is also just included in your guest fees. You get access to the pool. There's actually so much to do at Cathedral Peak Hotel that my recommendation is definitely to go for longer than a weekend. The footage in this video is just from a weekend that I spent at Cathedral Peak Hotel with my husband and my son and my mom, and it was really lovely, but it's very difficult to actually fit in all of the activities that you might want to do just in a weekend. So if you can manage to go for a longer amount of time, then I would highly recommend it. You are not going to be disappointed. You will find something to do every single day of your trip. If you are trying to shave down costs slightly and you want to stay at Cathedral Peak Hotel, then keep an eye on the specials page on their website, or you can follow them on their social media, because they do have specials at various different times of the year. They also have things like specials for pensioners or for honeymooners, that kind of thing. So you often can get a slightly cheaper rate than just the standard rack rate if you are a bit sensible about when you go. If you've been a bit ambivalent about visiting the Drakensberg Mountains because you think that you have to go and rough it in the outdoors, then let me know what you think of perhaps staying at Cathedral Peak Hotel instead. Or if you have a recommendation for another way to experience the South African wilderness that doesn't involve backpacking, then please leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to see more from me, then you can click on my channel name to see videos that I've made in the past, or you can subscribe to my channel to see videos that I'm going to make in the future.